Okay. Got my copyright-free music playing in the background. Okay, the first thing, the agenda for today is take this character I found for free on the Epic Marketplace. I have some really basic animation setup, not polished by any stretch of the imagination, but I really want to take this third person character and get him set up for first person. So I spent a little time in Blender today. And what I'm going to do is take this existing mesh and create a torso and a set of arms that I can use for a first person view. So I'm going to get into that. Okay, so I'm going to jump over to my blueprint here. I have a camera thrown in, and as you can see, I have my third person mesh. Okay. So, first thing, I do want to show I have a set of arms that I created today. I will try to get the torso done all on the live stream, so if you're curious about how to do that, I will show how to do that in Blender. And hopefully I will have the same success I had with the arms. But first I'm going to take this existing mesh and get it to work on my main character master blueprint. So typically there's a lot of ways you can set up a first person mesh. Since this game will end up being a multiplayer game, I still want to leave a third person full body mesh that other players, enemies, allies, whoever can see. You don't want to just see floating arms running around. But the reason you want a pair of arms for a first person view is so you can have a more realistic looking camera angle, and there's a few reasons why you want that. And it's my opinion and the opinion of others that's one of the better ways to go about it. So Unreal Engine has some things you can do to make that possible. You may be wondering, well, how do you have both? So I believe there's a setting you can hide the third person or the full body mesh. So in the rendering section, you can select hidden in game. So let's just see what that does when I hit play. So for me, and actually if that's all you checked, it would probably show hidden for everybody, even in multiplayer. So that's something you would want to set up in your graph to show hidden for current player and show visible to everyone else. We're not going to cover that in this live stream, so for our purposes that will suffice. So we have this mesh component attached to our blueprint. I want to go ahead and add another mesh. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a reference project I have, just so I'm not having to think about what I need to name these things and the folder structure and those sorts of things. Just give me one moment here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add Component. I'm going to search for Mesh. So it is going to be a skeletal mesh component. Okay, is that how I want to do this? Let me close out of that. So that may be what I want to do. I'll go ahead and rename this to something a little bit more. We'll do SK in the front to indicate that it's a skeletal mesh. This is for first person view, so I'll do FP. We'll call this arms mesh. Okay, and we are going to want to rotate this. Behind 90 degrees. Negative 90. There we go. I think, so one of the benefits of what I'm going to show you is that I should be able to use the same animations. Now eventually I'm going to want two different animation blueprints because there will be some differences going from a first person to a third person. But since these use the same skeletal structure, they're based off of the same skeleton, and I could show you that. They're both, this SKM Pirate Full and these arms are both based off the SKM_Many skeleton, which lets you do have a lot more power with your animations. So I'm going to go ahead and see if it'll let me use my animation blueprint, first person master. And it looks like it will. Default idle animation, so that's great. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down just a little bit. And go forward. Get this set up. We can move this around later. We'll see how it looks in game. We'll move our camera here. See what that looks like. Right now that does not look good at all, but we are seeing an animation here. We are seeing, or not seeing, a jump. So the visibility is a good thing. We just need to play around with our camera, it would seem. So I will work on that. Let me jump back over to my test project here. screwed up some stuff here. One moment. And I might want to try a different animation here. Idle might not be the best to test this out with. I think I may want to scale this down just a little bit too. Okay. Need to fix, I'm not able to look up and down, so I'll need to fix that. Okay. I think it's gonna be my my lookup not working. I'll do a little debug here. Lookup. It's letting me look left and right. Well, that's very fascinating. I didn't even look up, and that is wow. Okay, let's see what's up with that. Well, let me make sure my input mappings are correct. Go to project settings. We go to input. So look up. It's called to look up. That should be correct. Check something on another project for reference. Yeah, that kind of thing happens. I didn't intend to be fixing this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that should work. In the meantime, I think I may be able to get a different animation going. Let's go to locomotion here. Let me name this. It's weird that it's not named. I was intending for this to be an idle walk, start of an animation state, but just so I can see the arms a little bit better. I'll try to find a better animation. Swalk in place. My arms aren't really going up there either. Maybe we can start with idle. Okay, I kind of like that. I may just do a fall loop since my arms are out in front of me here, just so I can see if I'm... So I'll pull this animation in. Instead of using this blend space that changes animation based on direction and speed, I will... You know what? No, I'll just edit this blend space for the time being. So I go to that blend space. So I'll leave the idle. I'll replace all of these really quickly. Okay. Oh. Switched it on me. So we'll do the fall loop. May have to delete these out. So a blend space, this is a 2D blend space. It has an X and Y axis for direction and speed. So my Y axis here is speed, so the faster I'm going. The intent is to go from an idle animation at 0 speed to a walking animation at 250. And it blends the animations between those values. So here at speed 0, I am not walking. I just change all these animations to falling. So I'll go, as I go up, I'll be in a state of slowly falling. And I did that with the intent to show my arms. So I'll see if that worked. Okay, kind of. That's actually really cool. So if I stop moving, I'll go back to idle. I really want to be able to look up and down though, so I can see how this looks. But that is awesome. I can just imagine, you know, casting some sort of ability. That looks really cool. I'm really excited right now. Okay, but I've got to fix my mouse input. I've got to get that taken care of. Man, it's obviously triggering. Let me see. I'm not going to move my mouse at all. I want to see. I hit Alt-P. Okay, it's triggering and I'm not moving my mouse. Something is wrong. Majorly wrong. Okay, let me look at my reference project to see how I did this. Open up my master character. Screwed this thing up. Okay, found where I was going. So it's doing the same, it's set up the same way. I can try putting this in again. So this is going to be right click, it's going to be an input axis. It's going to be lookup, and it's going to be a pitch input. Yeah, I mean that's it. No. Man, that's good. Okay, I'm excited about that, but maybe it's got, maybe it's a setting on character, either self or camera or character movement. Likely camera. Let me see if there's something with pitch. Camera. Field of view. Let me search for pitch. Use controller rotation pitch, maybe. I don't know why that would be off by default, but there we go. Okay. So I can't see my arms when I look down. I don't know if I like that. Yeah. So let's edit that a little bit. I guess that was the issue. Got a new mouse today and getting used to all my programmable buttons here. Changing my DPI. Okay. So that's fixed. I want to go back to the viewport and edit this. Okay, let me get my reference project here. It's a little different. So I couldn't see them at all. Maybe I should scale these back up. Change this to 15. Let me plan a bigger viewport. I'll do new editor window. Okay, I think that's worse actually. Go crazy here. Close. get this figured out. Do I want to do this? Change the size of the camera. Be an interesting strategy. And this is a lot different from my other characters, so I'm gonna have to wing some of this. Just we'll have to fix the shadows later too. But there's a trick for that. Okay. Still, yeah, this needs to move. Or these need to move forward. Nope. Maybe fine. Let's try this. And I had it really good a second ago. Let's try that. Nope. The camera needs to be wider. Okay, let's try a different strategy here. Change my camera speed down a little bit. So, what do I need to do? It may just be the animations too, so I may have to play around with the new animations, but I think I can get that to work. I'm very confident I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the torso portion of this, and get a torso mesh in here. I'm gonna do, actually I'm just gonna go straight to Blender. I am not a Blender mastermind by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm going to do new, general. I don't need to save that. I'm going to delete out everything here, cube, light, all of it. I'm going to do a new, actually I did that already. I'm going to do new import FBX file. So this is an FBX file I exported from Unreal Engine. I'm going to leave all of this default. Yeah. Give it a moment here. The torso. I'm going to expand this, expand the root. Okay, I'm going to hide the root in viewport. That's it. Let's switch to edit mode. Look at wireframe. What the wireframe allows me to do is select through to the end, through a mesh. This part's pretty straightforward. I'm going to press C. Actually, I'm going to deselect all of the vertices. These are all of the vertices with this mesh. I'm going to select all of these. Just wipe out the head. I'm not going to need any of this. To delete vertices. Now we're pretty close to where we need to be already. don't know how this is going to look. I should have left some of the front, especially with this sash kind of hanging out. So I'm gonna undo that, undo some of this selection. Let's see if there's a camera here looking down. Just kind of freehanding it here. Definitely want to get the arm. I don't see how this looks in game, and I may come back and mess with this a little bit more. So I feel good deleting that, I think. And let's see what this looks like. Solid. Yeah, that's still just sticking out. It's the gun. I definitely think that ought to go. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and mess with this too long. I really need to see what this is going to look like. Oh, and that's why I go to wireframe. I can select all these vertices in one go. Let's see what that looks like. So what I'm going to do is select from here to here. Shift click, file, export. Export as an FBX. And I want to select armature and mesh only. Under geometry, I want to select face. Under armature, I want to uncheck add leaf bones. And I believe that's it. We'll call this torso 1. And we'll export that. Hopefully we have some luck with that. Okay. Go to meshes here, import the torso. I believe I want to leave these defaulted. Okay, you can see it imported some materials here. We lost that in translation. We should be able to fix that. So I'm going to go, it imported a physics asset as well, which we'll leave. But we'll open up this torso here. And I'll replace Empire cloth with the good Empire cloth material. And Empire body 1 with the correct Empire body 1. Yeah, I'm worried how this is gonna look. It may be okay. We'll see. Okay. Let's see if we got lucky. I'm gonna try to apply an animation to this thing. I'll do a preview animation. Okay. So far, so good. Jump is working fine. That is great. Let's see if it's still working with my other assets here. Great. Okay. That is fantastic. So, what we'll do, we'll go back to the viewport here, and we will add another skeletal mesh. We'll call this SK underscore first person underscore torso underscore mesh, and we will select the appropriate skeletal mesh. So it's going to, well, let me make sure. FPS arms. Okay. Okay. And right now we'll go ahead and use the same animation blueprint. We may change these later at some point. But I want to match the location with the mesh. So at location we're at -100 Z, -90 Z rotation. So we'll do that. -100. So the idea is that it blends in perfectly, or you know, as close to perfect as you can get. I think it's pretty darn close. So the idea with the arms, since they're so close to the camera, you can kind of do whatever you want, but you really want the torso to be in line in place with, I mean, you don't want to get too crazy, but we'll see what that looks like. Not great. Yeah, those shadows are gonna bother me. I may go ahead and fix those. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and deal with the shadow problem. So we don't want our FPS meshes to cast shadows ever. So I'm going to turn that off for both of these meshes. We do, however, so there should be a setting, even though it's hidden in game, that we can cast shadow. Okay, so hidden shadow. If true, the primitive will cast shadows, even if be hidden is true. I think this means it will allow us to cast shadows, even though the mesh itself is hidden. And that is, that is the case. Excellent. So we can see it kind of coming together here. We just have some location issues to work out, and animation, obviously. I apologize for the Christmas music here on me. It's been going on for some time. It's a little better. Okay. If I can't get this to work, I may import some other animations just to get this thing working a little bit. You know what? Let's move the camera back. We'll move the arms back a little bit more. That's gotta be pretty close. Widen up the camera just a hair. If I do that. Don't see my torso at all. I have my torso hidden. Not should be good. Let's do something crazy here. Still. Oh. No wonder. Okay. I'm moving the pitch of everything. That was really screwing me up. My God. No wonder. Okay, let me change that pitch setting back. That's gonna be... Okay. Okay, I need to figure this out. Camera settings. Spawn control rotation. See what that does. Okay, there we go. There we go. Way off, but that's a start. Just comparing. Be bigger than I want. Actually. A smaller camera, I think. Do that. changes much necessarily. Move it. Excuse me. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, and I'll get this figured out.